Oh yeah, dog. There I am. Oh man. Did you ever think? Did you ever think? Did you ever think? Well, think no more. I am here. Doug Rice, brought to you by Twitwear, Twit Gear. It's everywhere, folks. How are we? How are you? How is everyone? Well, I almost didn't make it on time, let me tell you. And I hope you like the cut, the do. I do it myself. Almost, because in my instant messaging is some Caucasian, some European descendant who thinks it's fun to pretend to be a Hebrew. And this individual decided to reach out as if I were interested in a dialogue with this individual regarding Negro business. And save for my inability to withstand this individual's assertions, who the hell does this European think he's talking to, trying to teach me about my culture, myself, this culture vulture, who feels so inclined to kiss Negro behind instead of holding his tongue and dealing with his own kind. I am not here for anyone but Negroes. I am not interested in a dialogue regarding Negro business with someone who is not a Negro. Do I make myself clear? Because I hope so. I hope this new look doesn't put you off. But goodness, that was, I mean, you think I'd gone soft. I mean, it made some guy, some non-discriminate white male who thinks his opinion is of any value to people that don't ask for it. Sir, if you happen to see my live, because I see you just got out of my life and I appreciate that, but if you see this, mind your goddamned business, white man. And I'm gonna say that unequivocally. I'm done. Give me a break. I'm at the precipice of wreck anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's high time we begin to say what is on our Negro mind and directly in their way. And it's overdue. I, for one, am through. I don't need to hear anything from you. Do you understand? I'm not asking you any questions, so don't ask me any. We'll have a plenty of time for that. So, all right. So how you doing? This is Doug Rice. This is the Doug Rice Show. Give all due attention is the name of today's heading. It's the anchor topic of the 7 topics we usually go through on Sundays on this pagan day they call a holy day. So I appreciate you showing up. I hope the hat doesn't throw you off or the lack thereof. Do me a favor. Hit the like, subscribe, the share button, and nothing pisses me off more than unasked for opinions and dialogue. Here's the thing. I'm done talking to them. Now I'm talking to Negroes. So we'll just see how this goes. All right. So today I got my topics. Hope you guys have been watching the news. Hope you guys have been following all that's going on. And the anchor topic kind of intrudes into the kind of discussion I'll have with you today. It does surround the Exodus. I got into a discussion with my team, with the team that puts this together, Twid, and of course, Detrina, and we were talking about preparation for the Exodus, talking about trying to do something that fits in line with that preparation. And the attention to the upcoming Exodus became a point of conversation. So having a blank page before starting today, I immediately worked on trying to make it as reflective of our conversation as possible. Now, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share. Let me tell you what happened. on Facebook and all of these platforms. I'm going to just give it to you straight. They're doing everything they can to suppress these kinds of lives, these kinds of communications between brothers and sisters, between Negroes. And what really chaps my hide is the interference that's run between us, because some of us allow anyone to come among us. For instance, the interaction I had before the show, there's no way that's supposed to go. I don't know you, sir, and we can't relate. We're not the same, and ain't that great? And I had to tell this guy, we're not the same. I'm not here for you to discuss Negro issues somehow combined with European tribes. Sir, go talk to people of your tribe. Go try to communicate with them. They need it. All right. Thanks so much for showing up. It is the 26th of November, 2023. I'm at the edge. I'm at the precipice. So just look at me. I need your support, folks. I do. I need you to support this shoe. I do. Below, you'll see the giving links. Look through my last shows. I don't think they stink. I think they're pretty good. All right. So how's everybody doing? Good, good. You'll see the show afterward. Not a problem. So the news. Are you paying attention to the news, Negroes? Are you paying attention? That's really the question. Are you giving all due attention to what you see? And if you're not, just do me a favor. Listen to me for just a moment, because I want you to prepare your way your way. I don't want you to think that I'm here to instruct you on how to do that. But I will tell you, you need to give all due attention to what's happening right now. I live on information. I am an information junkie. And I watch the right information. I'm nobody's flunky. I'm not going to just watch conspiratorial drivel. I'm going to watch what is important to the Negro situation while trapped within this nation. And I implore you to give all due attention. You'll get out of it what you pay. If you pay enough attention to what's happening, that can be considered an investment in your future. I'm not saying ignore the day-to-day needs that go about your way, but remember, this could go left any day. This could literally go left any day. I could give you updates. I do throughout the week. But at this point, I just need you to hear me speak. Give all due attention. Look, an alert of certainty is awareness. I have some say the attention needs to be moderated because I'm certain of the outcome, and I understand being certain of the outcome. I'm as certain of the outcome as the next Negro. But that doesn't mean that we should not only give the attention due, but tell other Negroes to do so too. Occasionally, we got to look up from our task and make sure we're on task. So that's the opening salvo. I like that. The way made versus plans laid. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about giving all due attention to what's happening on the planet right now. The ways that folks are making their plans coincide with the plans made by the Most High. And we know that one cannot oversee or supersede the other, but I'm just letting you know, give all due attention, brother. That's what I'm saying. All right. So how's everybody doing? Are you watching the news? Do you see what's happening? They got a ceasefire. They got prisoners being exchanged. They got a bunch of stuff going on. Dollars and change. They got racist attacks in America. And they're asking if the great replacement theory is to blame. That's the kind of news that's going on. It's insane. Now, the reason that we're here, the second topic, I like that. The reason that we're here is to leave. This is the reason that we are in the position that we are in is we're on a mission. Let it begin. I'm serious as daylight, folks. There is a reason for our being here, and it is to culminate in an exodus from here. Now, how that occurs, I've had that discussion, how the exodus happens. Some people say by ships, some people say by your own efforts. Some people say by God's mighty hand. Well, the reason we're here, I'm going to let it stand. We're here to leave, not here to plant. It's transitory in nature. That's our reason for being here. And it's not to stay, but to make the way to get out. And look, here how this discussion developed. I am about preparation. I'm about making sure that you know that you have to be prepared to go. Now, that doesn't mean you have to live in fear. That doesn't mean that you have to be agitated at all times, constantly, losing your mind. But having a strategy, having just a way out in case you have any doubt, and not necessarily out of the country, but necessarily out of your circumstances. Again, I'm looking at what they are planning, and it ain't good for Negroes, I will tell you that. All right, so that is the reason that we are here, not just for our disobedience, not just for being disobedient to the Most High, but also to pay the price and then to fly, to get out of here. So that's the reason we're here. And next, the Exodus strategy. The Exodus strategy. My God, the Exodus strategy. I got a lot of different takes on how we might leave. Some say in ships. I don't know. But there is a strategy. And I don't think it's simply from where you sit to where you are next. There may be an evade, an escape, an extract in that whole exact machination. You might have to be running around in this nation before there is a way out. That is the Exodus strategy that I am planning. I don't believe it's going to be a good idea for Negroes to be accessible in the coming months as we watch these individuals slowly but surely just ride off the rails. And they're doing it in other countries right now. They haven't really started it here. Right now, they've got neo-Nazi parades and gatherings in places like Florida, Missouri. They found several brothers hung, lynched, without any explanation. And those incidences are increasing amongst the Negro nation. So the Exodus strategy doesn't necessarily mean prepare to leave. It just means prepare to be elsewhere, preparing to leave. That is the strategy I perceive. What kind of ships are we talking about anyway? I mean, it could be, what kind of ships? Ships are ships. So I don't know if there's ships that are on water or ships that are in the air, but we'll just leave that hanging right there. Yes, I think the Exodus strategy includes preparation. I do. I believe it that if you don't have a plan, you've not made a plan, you might not understand. These folks they're intent on doing something to Negroes, and without relent, I definitely want to see how it goes. It's going to be interesting too, with Donald Trump at the helm. All right, next, I'm just trying to get through the show today. Like, subscribe, share. Let's see what comes your way. Next is, this is happening. You are watching prophecy unfold. There's a lot more to the story to be told, but this is a happening circumstance happening among us. We are watching prophecy unfold. We are watching Israel being attacked at all sides. Right now, there's a lull in the action, in my eyes. Only a few days and some prisoner exchange. But it could pop off at any moment. And of course, I'm not telling you to live in any fear. I just want you to be paying attention out there. This is happening. Watch the news. Watch the news, folks. I'm asking Negroes to pay attention. That's all. So many that I speak to don't know what's going on, and they seem content in being as ill-informed as they can be. It's almost as if there's nothing to see. But there's a lot to see. There's weather, there's war, there's volcanoes. And it's all happening at the same time. But because it's not happening where you're at, please don't be less attentive. Be more attentive. You have no idea how this plays out, and that it will happen where you are, I have no doubt. I'll just leave that there. This is really happening. A gathering of nations is happening. You guys see it. You see what they're doing. The agitation is happening here within the States. You have not seen true violence and cruelty until you've seen American white people lose their minds. They have set the tone for how to be left alone. And, that's certainly about to be shown. All right, anyway, it is happening, folks. What else do you have? You have Hamas, you've got the drying Euphrates. I can't imagine that you don't understand we are in the middle of the biblical hand. It's right, it's got us. And I think we need to be more attentive to it. I do. And so I'm going to be talking about that on the show. That's just where I'm at. All right. Hope everybody's good. The show is brought to you by Twitware. And no, I'm not really rushing. I feel an anticipation, quite frankly, something within the nation. A lot of folks are claiming to be different things. I saw a guy yesterday claiming he was king of the world. I shared it too, I believe. The guy said he's been appointed king. Everybody supported him, all his followers. I was like, that's good. Have at it. This is happening. You're seeing all of the things that were predicted and prophesied to happen in the last days happening now. And I don't see it moving on for much longer somehow, but that's just me. All right. What are you going to do when the lights go out? Yeah, what are you going to do when the lights go out? Let me tell you why I do this. I do this to get it out. I do it to get the information needed out. You've been warned. That's why I do this. Negroes. See, this is going to be how this goes. Eventually, they're going to shut this all down. They're going to shut down the internet. It's going to be shut down all around. No more communication. They're going to get tired of what's going through the Negro nation. If you don't think they're watching us communicate and commiserate, well, for you, then it might already be too late. This is going to happen. The lights are going to go, the internet's going to go, and that's going to be the end of the show. And all you're going to be left with are the conversations that we've had, the memories that you may hold on to, and the education you may have longed for. I mean, that's what's going to happen when the lights go out. So you get all the information now and prepare yourselves for when the grid goes down. It may not come back on. It may go off and be gone. And you need to understand a life without power and how quickly on your stomach that can sour. So let me tell you what I do. I make sure to be prepared just like you. I don't just have clothing and food. You've got to have some information as well. You've got to have books on how to do certain things, not just in your mind, your memory brings. Yes, when the lights go out, are you prepared spiritually and mentally for what you don't see, which is no more power, how horrible it will be. All right, there you go. I'm back on. All right. Yo, no, this is serious business. And most of us act as if the lights will never go out, and they are intended to go out. How else do you put an entire country into slavery except without power? Don't you understand the hurtling forward we are at this hour? We are right at the brink and precipice of their enslavement. And let me tell you, their jaws will hit the pavement. That's right, I said it. Okay, I think that was good, right? When the lights go out. Okay, just be prepared, folks. Just be prepared for the eventuality. Don't be shocked and don't be shaken. That's all. Now, next, of course, we're going to get into, are you for real? I'm asking myself that. I ask others. I sometimes, I ask. You ask for yourself. Do you really believe in what's about to happen? Do you understand the gravity of what's about to occur? Because we're right there. We're right there. We are. And do you believe? I mean, you're just going through the steps, or do you actually perceive? I'm asking you this. Ask yourself this as well. Do you believe in the kingdom, or is it just something you tell? I will tell you this, folks. The more and more I look at, what's happening, the prophecy of what's going on, the more and more they inch closer and closer to the conflict those they so want and long for, the more I understand you have to be prepared, man to man. You got to understand, are you real about this kingdom? Are you real about this journey? Yeah. Yeah, I'm real about it. I hope you are too. It's serious business. And when the trigger is pulled, when they go off the cliff, you won't have to ask yourself how, when, or if. At that point, you're gonna need that spiritual lift. So ask yourself now, are you for real? Because I gotta tell you, that's the deal. Oh, I like that one too. And lastly, stop applauding. Lastly, one kingdom over all. And that's what I'm going to close with. One kingdom over all kingdoms. That is what will bring them. That's the future of this place. And it's right in our Negro face. I'll tell you why. It's the reason they're so agitated with us. We represent the kingdom and such, and thus we do. We are the ambassadors to the kingdom of heaven. We are a royal nation of holy Negroes. It's the reason I don't really mess with any of those. I don't mess with others. If I had my druthers, I would be with Negroes only and always. But that's not the way it goes right now. But who knows? One kingdom over all other kingdoms are enemies of the Most High. It's the reason I'm not embracing this whole African movement going by. They all got flags and they all want to defend them. And some of them talk about God, but they're just pretending. We know this. One kingdom overall will require a global overhaul, a removal of all kingdoms in contrast to the kingdom of Almighty God. That is the future of this place. That is what's staring you in your face. And that is just how it is. All right, folks, that's it. All right, look, I've had a long week. Okay, I've done a lot, but and I'm giving you all I got. It's the Doug Rice Show. Thanks so much for showing up. Appreciate it, though. I'm pretty sure somebody's going to be emailing me or texting me soon, telling me that your show started at noon, but it's 12:22. So what you going to do? Now we're going to go to some black news. That's right, folks. That is the second half of the show. I am just going to do it in the manner that I know how to, so that's what I'm going to do. I hope you like it too. Black news, folks. Why do I talk about news for Negroes? Why do I want you to be up to speed on what's current regarding us? Because I don't want that smile on your face riding a car or walking or in the bus. I don't want a smile on your face, not in these circumstances. A smile on your face today is taking Negro chances. You don't believe me? Well, let's take a look at what's going on. After that, I'll be done and we'll be gone. All right? All right. All right, so we just had Black Friday pass us. I don't know. It was a complete flop. And when I look up black news, that news don't stop. It's an amazing feeling. Let me see if I've hit the ceiling of my ability. I don't think so. Open borders have brought American to its knees. Oh, well. Here we go, if you please. Hold on, folks. I got something showed up. Well, this is interesting. Let me tell you what they're scared of. Let me tell you what they're afraid of, what really gets them going. Stuff like this, just so you're knowing. Open borders have brought America to its knees. I don't get the sense that open borders affects me, but this is what is on their mind. Look and see. The American left is being forced to face the importance of borders and state sovereignty, particularly in the context of the U.S.-Mexico border, as democratic cities are continuously overwhelmed by illegal immigrants. The challenges faced by the state of Texas due to illegal immigration have remained substantial, prompting a response from the Texas government in passing legislation to address the issue, due primarily to the Biden administration's neglect. Now, what is it that they're trying to protect exactly with these? Really, open borders seems to me somebody's orders. it almost seems that they've said, let the floodgates open and let them all come in. Uh, Someone has said that it's happening to affect Negroes. In some way, they're going to give all of the folks that are coming in the border badges, and they're going to be able to. I understand, like police us. That's an interesting development. I don't know if I believe that. Tell you what, here's this. Explain this to me. How is Candace in any way, shape, or form still relevant? You talk about a lost soul. You talk about somebody, Candace Owens, she's losing support. The David Horowitz Freedom Center, a conservative organization that initially supported Candace Owens, has released a statement distancing itself from her. They expressed regret for propelling her to fame, criticizing her for making false claims about Israel and her focus on personal fame over activism. Well, let me tell you what happened to this young lady. She spoke against Jews. And now you know the purpose she used. That was all. You know, as long as she spoke down to black folks, as long as she was a thorn in our side, up in that rarefied air she could reside, but she made the mistake of letting her mouth slide, and boy, that's it for her. That is it for her. The organization condemned her remarks as ignorant and morally obtuse. She made some statements about the state of Israel and its course regarding their course regarding the Palestinians, and she's paid for it with her career. Well. Do tell. I think that's how it's going to happen too. I think it's going to be a slow roll to eventually exposing their true sentiment for Negroes. Doesn't matter what side they're on, doesn't matter what they let come out their mouth. The minute, you know, Kanye, they loved them till they spoke against Zionism. So it's all conditional on the cooperation you give to them. Remember that. It's all conditional on the cooperation you give to them. Uh-oh, this one just for the Trina. Yes, just for the Trina. So we're going to talk about black men's mental health and the silent crisis. It comes in stealth. I don't know, a mental health. Am I having a mental health crisis? Do you guys have? All Negroes are having a mental health crisis. Black men, especially, in the realization of not only our place in society, but the denial of the potential that we had. So we're going to be focusing on black men's mental health as not only as an instruction from Detrina, which is extremely important, but also by way of paying attention and focusing on the health of black men. So what does it say here? And now this has to do with some British voices, but let's talk. Kemi Badenoch's remarks at the Tony Party conference risk overlooking the harsh realities of the black British experience, branding herself as anti-woke, and she claimed Britain is the best country in the world to be black. Britain is the best country in the world to be black? I didn't know that. The Black British Voices survey paints a very different picture, I bet. With 87% of black Brits feeling they receive subpar health care due to lack of culturally competent services. The survey also revealed only 1 in 10 black Brits are definitely proud to be British, while a third of young black Brits don't see the UK as their long-term home. Interesting. The data contradicts the rosy image of Badenoch's attempts to portray. Instead, it reveals a nation grappling with deep-rooted issues around race. Wherever we go, we are out of place. Let me tell you what happened. They took Negroes out of position and did things according to their own volition. And now they're about to experience some contrition because our God is on a mission. No, I'm serious. There's nowhere that we are that we can be content and happy until we are put back in our rightful place. And our hair is still nappy. I'm just joking. But it's true. I don't look to be content anywhere except Negro land, anywhere except where we are supposed to be. And that time is coming, you can guarantee. Okay, well, I like the way that landed. Let's see what else we got in black news or news in general, just to peruse. I want to see. The Pope is a communist. I didn't see that one coming. So the Pope is a communist. Christians react to Pope's call for them to donate to charity to end poverty. So he's a communist because he wanted them to donate to, no, they're not going to tell us. Pope recently addressed the significant issue of poverty. He stressed the Christian duty to combat it through love and charity. He made his marks. He highlighted the various. I don't understand. He's a communist now. Wait a minute. Addressing a scandal. I don't know. He's a communist. Well, let me tell you what he is. He is the Black Pope. That's not a hard sell. He is the Black Pope. He's the only Pope that is a part of the society. What is that? You know, guys, what I'm talking about. He's he's a Jesuit. He's the only Jesuit Pope. The only black. He's a Jesuit Pope. So what he says, whatever he says, just say no. I don't care. He has changed the Bible. He's changed a lot. A lot more permissive. Black Americans adjust their behavior in healthcare settings. Really? Black Americans, and this is a study, Black Americans adjust their behavior in healthcare settings. Many Black Americans modify their behavior just so they can receive adequate health care. According to a study from the California Healthcare Foundation, the study surveyed more than 3,000 Black men and women in California, found 1 in 4 Black patients avoid seeking health care for fear they will be treated unfairly or with disrespect. For those who follow through with a visit, a third say they change their behavior to put the provider at ease, whether that is tailoring their speech or becoming more deferential. Welcome to America, Negroes. Why do I do this? Because, see, that's the underlying current of this country. And the only thing it does is it makes news reports. But you go and you combat this every day. Black Americans suffer. Black Americans must modify. Black Americans must do this. We are subject and at the mercy of this and such and though. And it's just an interesting thing that some want to just have it be so. Instead of looking actively for the exits or getting that goddamned grin off Negro faces. This ain't the place to smile. This ain't even the place to stay a while. It's the reason I do this. They give us every indication they don't want to see. Can you imagine going to a doctor and having to adjust your attitude so that your health is taken care of? That's where we live, and I won't be content here. No damns do I give. Let's continue. I want to see what else I got for your, mental sinew. I don't know what might be a good show. You know, Diddy's getting crazy. Oh, wait. This one's good. Oh, yeah, I love going over the news. How white evangelical support of Trump is creating schisms in the church. This is a danger for Negroes. This is a danger for everyone who is a Negro in this country. The white evangelical support of Donald Trump is nothing more than white supremacy, supporting Donald Trump wrapped in religious fervor. We talked about religious fervor yesterday and white rage. The reason I'm constantly on this is because it's constantly on us. This kind of thing is constantly being applied to us. All right, so and what they believe about themselves is quite shocking. What they believe about themselves in accordance to what they call Christianity is quite something. Okay, so here's one person. Goodwill Church, New York's Leafy Hudson is a special destination. This was where his family's faith journey began. There's something so deeply familiar about this place, it's hard to describe. My parents always described this church as a holy ground for our family. I can't read anymore. Let me tell you why I can't. There is a drug-like environment involved when you pray to a white Jesus and see the rest of the world praying to a white Jesus too. That's the problem I have. That's where this is. That's why I say don't laugh. I'm not playing either. You know, the white evangelical Christian movement is based on the fact that they believe Jesus is a white man. And they see not just themselves as deified, they see that deification working on the minds of those who are not white. That is the Negro plight. That is where we are at right now. And I will call your attention to it all day somehow. That's right. Not playing. We're in this. We are in this, folks. We are in this. Okay, I'm going to make sure I don't have any stories I miss. What's this now? How the culture war, wait a minute. How the culture war demonized comedy. How did the culture war demonize comedy and convinced America we're more polarized than ever? You are more polarized. So let me see here. Of course, they're gonna invoke Richard Pryor to make their point. The modern news cycle presents us with new controversy every week. If social media is any indication, comedian, actors, musicians, and filmmakers are constantly under attack. We're engaged in a battle for the soul of the nation. Free speech is dying. The country's like never before. What point are they making with this culture war? There is no culture war. Let me tell you what there is. There's a culture confiscation. That's what this is. Folks, let's look at things plainly. Let's not look at things through rose-colored glasses. What we're living through is an infection of the masses. And it's a lack of culture that precedes the infection and then tries to make some abhorrent connection with anything that has light, anything that has goodness. They are marvels at pointing things out. You know, they are marvels at being there, exploring, and then somehow it's impossible. They're ignoring. It's impossible. You can't shake them. Eventually, they sit there long enough, you got to take them. Oh, that was good. All right, so, hey, what do you want me to say? It's not a culture war, it's a culture confiscation. Culture has been confiscated. First, it's admired. They point it out and they look how wonderful it is, and then they want it. And not only do they want the culture, they want the people with the culture to no longer be on the land where they developed the culture. And then, over time, they call the culture theirs. Forgive my rhyme. All right, I'm just, hey, it's 12:37, about 40 minutes into this. And wow, it's interesting. Black men face more health hurdles. My goodness, do we? Black men face many more health hurdles. An expert discusses why. Social epidemiologist is on a double mission to improve the health and extend the life expectancy of Black men and to do the same for himself since both of his grandfathers died prematurely of heart disease. An expert in minority aging and men's health, Thorpe is the principal investigator of the Black Men's Health Project. Oh, we're a project. A partnership of Johns Hopkins, Bloomberg School of Public Health, Tulane School of Public Health and Tropical Medicine, and Michigan State University created to call attention to the risk, the health crisis of Black men. Black men are hidden in plain sight. I mean, we have the worst health profile. We have premature mortality, which means we die before the overwhelming majority of men do. We're often in the media either being attacked by the police or enduring other experiences from structural racism. There's very little support that's been given. And the evidence is all in front of us, but there seems to be no particular people calling it out or moving toward driving any solution. So again, I'll ask, you like it here? You like it here? What do you think? What do you think it's going to improve for us because a brother happened to point out that we have poor health outcomes? We put our lives in the hands of people who have a certain schism about Black people. And then we wonder why our health is poor. When you trust people that don't like you to help you, what you gonna do? All I'm asking is that you get real and get serious. That's how I feel. It's not mysterious. All right, folks, that's about it for me. I can't say much more, as you can see. It's been a subpar show. I don't care, I know, but it's a show nonetheless. And I've done my very best. So all I can do is hope that you like, subscribe, and support the show. All right? Thanks so much for being here. I am brought to you by Twitwear. That's what I do. New look, hopefully new content. Who knows where this goes? Who knows where it went? All right, hey, I got to get out of here. You can hear my voice going. So, you folks have a wonderful day. Brought to you by Twitter, just in case I didn't say. I did, I know, but I'll say it again. Twitware! All right. Thanks so much for being here, folks. I got to go. Take it easy. That's what I do. See, the filling.